Yo, what's up, guys? Let's find some plays for tomorrow. Man, today started out good, and then it just got shitty real quick, bro. So we had 2 4-for-5s on PrizePicks. 2 4-for-5s on PrizePicks. I mean, Sabonis playing in garbage time, putting up all his points in the second half. It's fucking annoying, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. All the live stream plays are tracked in the sheet on YouTube, so we lost money today. But anyways, you'll see all the live stream plays tracked in there. But without further ado, let's find some plays for tomorrow. And what book should we start on? I mean, we got a lot of bets showing up, so maybe we do a PrizePicks slip. People want to do PrizePicks, or should we look at Fliff? I'm open to anything. Damn, there's some value on better as well. Maybe not. So let's start out on PrizePicks. And let's take a look and let's see what we got, because there's some early NBA value that we can take advantage of. So how do people like Halliburton tomorrow? Tyrese Halliburton, damn, it's one of the most popular plays on PrizePicks. Over 2.5 threes. You can see 9.3K people have already bet it. And if you look at the market, it lines up from a value perspective. So this can be the first play we go with. So again, on PrizePicks, for anyone new here, the way this platform works is like, you always get the same payout. You take Hallie's over or under, you always get a 3x payout for a 2-pick entry. So what we want to do is compare the lines to sports books. All the books are opening Halliburton as a big favorite to go over. FanDuel minus 146 favorite to go over. That's good information for us to have as a sports bettor. And there's a lot of value on FanDuel, so we'll take a look at FanDuel here in a sec. But there's plays across the market. There's plays everywhere. So we have a few different NBA plays that we can go with. So another option is Drew. So Pacers are playing the Nets. How many NBA games do we have tomorrow? So the next option we got is Drew over 4.5 assists. So let's go here and let's just kind of see how many NBA games. So we got a full slate of NBA tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 NBA games tomorrow. So you can see another play. And sometimes the best value on PrizePicks is when they first release odds. That's when the best value is available. So you look at Drew, same exact reason. You have all these sports books. There's already, let's see how many books. There's already a shit ton of sports books, 223 sports books posting NBA lines for tomorrow. They all have Drew as a big favorite to go over 4.5 assists. So that play seems solid. So let's just kind of work on a slip. Obviously, it's slim pickings. It's late at night. Dude, and then we got Bogdanovich over 3.5 rebounds, and this has cashed. This has cash for it. 5 out of the past 5 games. Let's go. So we got 3 overs to start this slip. What do people think? We like Drew, Bogdanovich. They're playing the Pistons, so the game may be a blowout, but, I mean, what are the Pistons tomorrow? But regardless, plus 500 underdogs, plus 550 underdogs. Seems like a good play to go with. Whoa, so you can see this play on Bogdanovich. It actually looks like it's moving around. All these books, like Bovada's already moved him down to a minus 150 favorite to go over. Minus 150, 1.5 to 1 betting favorite. And wow, so we got some different plays. We got some different options showing up. So let's do this PrizePicks slip quickly. Let's just get something in. So the final play we have, which is the most popular play on PrizePicks, is Schroeder over 2.5 rebounds. So this plays in the same game, Nets. They're playing the Pacers. So this will be paired with our Hallie play. And again, like you can see, same exact strategy. Like every play I give out, I make sure it checks out from a value perspective. All these books have Schroeder as a big favorite to go over. His over is the more likely outcome. That's the play we want to be on. We also, from the previous stream, again, sometimes there's good value on FanDuel. We already have a couple plays open for tomorrow on FanDuel. And what do we have open for tomorrow? So let's kind of see what we got here. Over 7 runs in Tigers Mets, and then we got the Lightning plus 1.5 on the puck line. But let's finish off this PrizePicks slip. So we got 4 NBA picks, all overs. All overs. Again, I follow a very data-driven approach. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh, did you look at Bogdanovic's last 5 games? And it's like, well, actually we did. You know, I pulled up his last 5 chart. He's gone over. But again, like every game's different. What really matters is what are the sports books saying, right? What is the market saying? These sports books, they bake in lineups, injuries. It's all priced into the odds. And all these books have slightly different, you know, models. They're setting lines independently, but they're all telling you Bogdanovic is a big favorite to go over. So it's like, okay, that's the play we want to be on. But on PrizePicks, we really want to go with a 5-pick flex play. So what I want to do is I want to find a 5th pick to kind of like finish off my slip. So we have Tatum, RAs, rebounds plus assists, but I'm already on Drew, and the Drew play seems a little bit better, so I don't really want to take Tatum. So we have some esports options, or honestly, I mean, I faded him last week, and that worked out absolutely horrible, fading Zach Edey. But as we have Zach Edey over 13.5 rebounds. They're playing NC State. So he's playing DJ Burns. And you can see, like, you know, books are kind of opening him up, Zach Edey. So they're already starting to post player prop odds for Saturday. Granted, game's not till Saturday, but it is March Madness, so I don't mind having a lot of bets on. And if you look at the sports books, even if you don't use Pinnacle, like Pinnacle, it's not even legal in the U.S. It's not like a, legal. It's like a Canadian. It's available in Europe, whatever. But you can see they have Zach Edey as a big favorite to go over, minus 168. So all these books have Zach Edey's over, heavily favored. So that's one option. Granted, not everyone can play college basketball. So maybe we just do an esports play, since it seems like there's some esports value. And where do we want to go? So there's always so much esports. Like, there's so many games every day. I mean, I've said that in other streams, but a lot of games means a lot of opportunity for sportsbooks to screw up and for there to be profitable bets. And let me just drop the link in the chat for whoever wants to tail. And this will be the first play that we kind of lock in. So let me grab the link and put it in the chat real quickly. Then we can move on to Underdog and just kind of go through the books, rip through them. I like to clear out the board. No. 6 flex. Give us a good old 6 flex, my boy. Yeah, well, you could add in Zach Edey and make it a 6 flex if you want to, but I'm just going to run it as a 5-pick entry, and that'll be our first play. What's up, guys? So, links in the chat for anyone who wants to tail. And we got our first PrizePicks play in. So now let's take a look at Underdog. I mean, PrizePicks is, it's not like there's a ton of plays, so it's not like there's a ton of NBA plays to kind of discuss or go through. But there are a lot of bets on FanDuel. I mean, this is for the NIT. So we got college basketball on Thursday. I think it is a championship game. Seton Hall versus Indiana State. And Seton Hall, both teams won today. Indiana State, Seton Hall beat Georgia and Indiana State beat Utah. But you can see, books are releasing odds now for the championship because the Final Four or whatever the fuck they call it for these shitty-ass college basketball players, the Final Four is over. They've already posted odds for the championship. And you can see the other books are opening Indiana State closer to minus 150. So as much bigger favorites. FanDuel's opening up at minus 126. So we're able to buy at 126 when the rest of the market has this around, 148. So Bet Online, they have this at minus 145. And you got to remember, the way these books make money is they charge a spread, the VIG. So what you want to do is just remove the VIG to kind of get a sense of okay, what should the odds be with the VIG removed? So Bet Online, they're charging a 20-cent spread. So kind of the midpoint is 135, right? And that would be what you call fair odds or no VIG odds, right? No VIG odds. So essentially, they're charging a 20-cent spread. So essentially what Bet Online is saying is we think Indiana State should be minus 135 and Seton Hall should be the underdog at plus 135. That's a market with no VIG, no spread, minus 135, plus 135. But then they juice their markets. They give you worse odds. They bake in a 20-cent spread, minus 145, plus 125. We're getting minus 126, which is better than the fair odds. So that seems really good on FanDuel. Again, FanDuel is pretty fucking janky, which is actually kind of annoying. But, you know, where is it? I'm not even sure where is the NIT. If you take a look right here, so all men's games, nope. Nope, that's not it. So March Madness, hypothetical matchups, I think they have the NIT. Anyways, let's see. Indiana State versus Seton Hall. Where is this? All men's games? Yeah, they have it up. So they have it up under all men's games. Well, I'm not sure why it's not showing up here, but they do have the lineup on my FanDuel account. So anyways, how much is FanDuel going to give me on this? So if you want an early FanDuel bet for the NIT championship, and FanDuel is giving me a max of 377. So it's just like, okay, we'll lock in an early college basketball play on FanDuel. And again, like FanDuel, it's kind of like better. I'm not sure why some of these sports books are janky when I'm streaming. So with streaming software, they're a little janky. It's the same thing with Dabble. Like, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but you can see on Dabble, like, they have issues confirming my location. But anyways, you'll see the bet on my picket. So if you want to lock in this bet, we have Indiana State minus 126. So Indiana State minus 126, money line. Indiana State money line. This game's on Thursday. And we hit that, or I hit that, you know, basically for what I could get on FanDuel. And this is at minus 126 odds. And again, all the live stream plays are just tracked in the sheet, in the description on YouTube. But let's go to Underdog and let's kind of see what we can get here. So the first play, I mean, I saw this earlier, is we have Finney Smith over 1.5 first quarter points. So let's take a look at Dorian's line. So Underdog, they bump things quickly. So if you want to tail this, just like, you know, start building the slip. Because sometimes they just bump things insanely quickly. But you can see here, like, all the books have Finney Smith as a big favorite to go over 1.5 first quarter points. So it seems like kind of a random market. We have some golf picks, whatever. But hey, if there's value, you know there's value. So the next play we have is CS2. So let's take a look right here. And let's see what we got. CS2 player headshots. And let's just build some slips. That's what I'm trying to do. Build some slips before I go to bed. So we have Syverson. Nope, we wanted to look at headshots, bro. Headshots is where the value is. So if you look at this guy's line, Syverson, you know, Underdog opens him up at 8. Hot Streak opens him up all the way up at 9.5. So again, even if you don't use this Sportsbook Hot Streak, it's not that popular, but they have a lot of esports lines. They're known for having a lot of esports bettors. This Sportsbook Hot Streak, that's like their claim to fame, is having a bunch of esports lines, and a lot of the esports bettors use Hot Streak. But you can see they have his line 1.5 higher at 9.5 with the over favored. Sports Quack and PrizePicks have the line at 8.5. So it's like, okay, like Underdog Fantasy seems too low relative to the rest of the market, so we probably want to be on this over. And so we already got in these PrizePicks plays. Do we have anything open on Fliff? So last night we actually, on the stream, we hit Donovan Mitchell, but unfortunately he didn't play. So Donovan Mitchell ended up getting voided, but you know, we made this fucking beautiful parlay last night, but Donovan Mitchell didn't play. So that'll get voided down to a 2-pick parlay. And then here's the 2 other plays we have open on Fliff from the stream. But let's see what else we got. So we have 2 picks. And I guess we can throw in a golf pick. I mean, kind of annoying because it's not until Thursday. But, you know, that's kind of fine with me. So let's see, does PrizePicks have PGA lines up yet? So they do. And you can see they have Harmon's line at 70. He had 70 and 74 the past 2 games. So PrizePicks has his line higher. Sportsbooks have his line higher. So this would be the 3-pick entry that, like, you know, again, it kind of looks like, I say this all the time, but sometimes, you know, the soft spots on these books or where there's good lines, like, it's not always where you'd expect. We have golf. We have CS2. Oh, man, they already fucking locked it, dude. So they already locked it. The other 2 plays are still available, but what we can do is we can go to Tommy Fleetwood, which also seemed like a good line. I mean, you know, a little annoying because they locked it. But again, PrizePicks has the line bumped up higher to 70. So what we can do is we can just replace with Fleetwood. If you want to tail it, like lock this shit in now. I know there's a little bit of a delay for the stream, so I try to give people a second to bet it just before it ends up, because sometimes they just bump things quickly. But anyways, let's lock it in. So here we have a 3-pick entry on Underdog to kind of start out the stream. Not that it's going to be a long stream, but I figured, I was going to find some bets before I went to bed. So I figured, hey, we might as well stream. So we got Dorian Finney-Smith over 1.5 first quarter points. So basically we need 1 bucket. We got Fleetwood. So this is Thursday, over 69.5 strokes. And then we got Sierson over 8 headshots in map 1-2. So sometimes the value is in random fucking places. But again, it's not always, doesn't make sense. Like, what is Finney-Smith? Usually his points line is like 6.5. So it does seem better, right? Like, over 1.5 first quarter points, we basically, he's not going to have 1 point. He almost certainly won't have 1 point. So we basically just need him to get a bucket in the first quarter. Unless he goes to the free throw line and goes 1 for 2, like, basically we're just betting on him to score in the first quarter, which seems pretty good compared to a 6.5 point line if you think about it. But anyways, so we got Indiana State locked in. I'm already on the Lightning. I do like this play what did we already have? So there you can see the play on Indiana State we just locked in. Or if you have access to FanDuel, this play seems pretty good. And please let me make sure I'm streaming. So yes, I'm actually streaming. Always have to make sure. But I'm already on the Lightning plus 1.5 at minus 196. That's from the previous live stream. So FanDuel actually moved the line a bit in our, FanDuel moved the line a bit, but I'm not going to lock it in again. So you can see these UFC lines are moving around. So Fliff, for example, it looks like this Damon Jackson guy. Initially, sportsbooks opened him around, a plus 135 underdog, around there, plus 142 on Pinnacle. They opened him there. Bovada opened him at plus 135. Now it looks like the market's moving away from him towards Alexander Hernandez. Like you can see here, all the books are kind of ripping odds, but Fliff maybe bumped up Damon Jackson's odds a bit too high to plus 190. Everything has a price, right? Every single bet has a price. Just every single stock has a price you'd want to buy and sell it. Tesla is not a $10 trillion company, so if its stock price reflected a $10 trillion valuation, we'd all want to sell it. If we could buy Tesla for $1 million company valuation, we'd all buy it. So everything depends on price. So it looks like Fliff maybe adjusted him a bit too high at plus 190, maybe a little bit of value, but honestly, whatever. We already got in our bet on Indiana State, which it looks like they already moved. Did they already move this? Yep, they already moved it down to minus 134. So again, sometimes these books are fast, which is annoying, but nothing really we can do there, unfortunately. But on the bright side, we also have we do have some NBA options and some baseball options coming up on FanDuel. So here's another option. FanDuel opens up Cole Ragans at minus 132 to go under 6.5 strikeouts. So sure, all these books have his under favored, but every other book is opening him as a much bigger favorite to go under. Minus 166 on Caesars, minus 180. So as a sports bettor, we're processing all this information. We want to move quickly because we know these asshole sports books will bump things the second they realize they're screwing up a line. So we want to go to the Royals game. Damn, this game starts early. I don't even know if I'm going to be up by the time this game starts. But we have under 6.5 strikeouts. And let's see how much they let me bet. And again, sports betting is a volume game. A lot of people ask me, why don't you only place one bet a day? It's on Underdog Fantasy, I have $100 betting limits. max $100. So even if I could get like a 50% ROI on my underdog bets, if you can only get down $100, that would mean you're making $50 a day in terms of ROI. So $50 a day, is good. But like sports betting, you got to be able to get down the volume, right? That's really important as a sports better. Is you want like to place a diversified portfolio of bets. All your bets have an edge. And then you kind of like, so FanDuel, dude, they have horrible betting limits on these fucking MLB player props. I'm only getting $79 on Cole Ragans, under 6.5 Ks. But anyways, I locked it in. And again, you'll see it on my picket. And all the live stream plays are tracked, in the sheet in the description on YouTube. I'm not sure why they have such ass betting limits on these NBA or these MLB player props, but I guess that's just how it is, man. So we got another bet on FanDuel, and this was at -132. And this is live stream number 124. 124. So pretty crazy. But in here you can see the bet. Cole Ragans, under 6.5 Ks. Again, pick it if you don't use it. It's just like a bet tracker. You can sync all your sportsbook accounts and stuff like that, and then it'll just like read them in, show you your profit and loss and kind of all that kind of crap, which is cool, which is nice. Dude, so some more NBA plays. Some more NBA plays are kind of showing up on Underdog. So maybe we can get in another Underdog slip if we're lucky and if we move quick. So this is the first play we got in on Underdog Fantasy. But it looks like they're dropping a lot of these NBA first quarter lines for tomorrow. So sometimes they drop them, they remove them, they add them. So like, I don't know. So if we take a look here, the first play available is Franz over 3.5 first quarter total points. So let's take a look at this. Franz over 3.5 first quarter total points. So sometimes it's like, why is this bet showing up now? I mean, like, why didn't we see this earlier? And probably Underdog Fantasy just released this line, if I had to guess. So we have Franz. Underdog Fantasy posted this line 9 hours ago. But you can see Sportsbooks released odds only an hour ago. I don't know. So maybe it's that. I'm not sure. But anyways, who cares? So we got Franz over 3.5 first quarter total points. And if you take a look at if we just take a look at FanDuel, what you'll notice, and again, you don't have to use FanDuel to care where FanDuel is setting odds. FanDuel, it's a $10 billion sports book. You want to know where they're setting their odds. It's a good data point for you to have as a sports bettor. They're taking a lot of bets, moving lines around. They're experts in setting lines. I mean, these sports books really are. And best of all, we have hundreds of sports books posting lines. So you get a pretty good sense of what should the odds be. They have his over as a -150 favorite. So they have Franz as a huge favorite to go, over 3.5 first quarter total points. These first quarter total points bets, they're an absolute sweat, but we have Grant Williams under 3.5. So we have a battle of the shits. We have the Hornets versus the Trailblazers tomorrow. We're already on Fleetwood, so I'm not going to be able to lock it in again because I already hit my $100 betting limit on Underdog. They only give you $100 per player. So what other options do we have? Is there anything else that's super attractive on Underdog or not really? I mean, FanDuel, Fliff, Underdog, PrizePicks, Dabble. So let's see here. Let's see what we got. Dabble, 3-pick or 5-pick entry. I mean, honestly, it's like, I don't know. What's a good pair? Maybe there's not really any good pairs right now. I mean, maybe we could venture to Robin over 13. So if we just take a look at the headshot lines again, let's take a look. I mean, this is another option. PrizePicks has this line. PrizePicks is definitely the sharper book between Underdog and PrizePicks. PrizePicks definitely has more accurate, pricing of their esports lines. So they are opening them up at 14.5. We want to see discrepancies as a sports bettor. So this is going to be the 3-pick I lock in. if I'm able to get it in time or if they don't bump anything. So if you want to tail it, yeah, still available. Fuck yeah. So Underdog has this line at 13. Sports Quack 13.5. PrizePicks 14.5. PrizePicks definitely sharper than Sports Quack and Underdog. They have this line at 14.5. Like, we want to see discrepancies. That's good news for us. And then Hot Streak has the line at 13.5, just like Sports Quack. But they also have the over favored or the over juiced. You can see it's minus 171. So the over is like a minus 171 favorite or whatever. It's favored. So this seems pretty good. So who knows? Maybe like all the action on Robin, all the esports sharps and nerds are betting his over on PrizePicks. So PrizePicks bumped his line from 14 to 14.5 or 13.5 to 14.5. Who knows? But again, like, everything ultimately gets baked into the market. Lineups, injuries, like it's already priced in, which is why when people look at these last 5 graphs, I mean, they're fun to look at. And I guess for our PrizePicks play today, the first one we locked in, it actually lines up pretty well because we included the 2 most popular bets on PrizePicks, Hallie and Dennis Schroeder. But again, like, the market knows that Dennis Schroeder has gone over 2.5 rebounds. Like, the sportsbooks aren't stupid. They're setting his line at 2.5 for a reason. Every game is different. Or maybe a player's running hot. I mean, there's always going to be a player that's running hot or running cold. Anyways, do we like Jaylen Brown over 2.5 made threes? So this is another bet on FanDuel. And again, FanDuel's a little confusing, in my opinion. When you're first new to it, it's hard to navigate. They really should add a search button. But if you look at like player threes, you may be like, what the fuck? Jaylen Brown's line is at 1.5 and he's minus 194. But what FanDuel has is these alternates. 2+ made threes, 3+ made threes. And what you'll notice, it's actually kind of weird, is like Jaylen Brown over 1.5 threes is minus 194. His 2+ made threes is minus 185, which is better odds. But these are the same bet, right? If he goes over 1.5, that's the same as 2+. If he has 2 or more, the bet wins. But the odds are different. So FanDuel, it doesn't make any sense. So obviously in this case, you'd want to bet the 2+ made threes. But in this case, the value's on the 3+ made threes. FanDuel's opening this at plus 180. No other book is offering better than like plus 150. And honestly, I do like this play. I mean, Jaylen Brown threes, I got no problem with it. So let's see how much these assholes give us on this one. Fucking FanDuel, man. But it is interesting. It's just like, I don't know why they don't set the same odds, but sometimes I've noticed if I want to like bet a player prop on FanDuel, I can get like 10 cents better in the price by just looking at, instead of over 1.5, looking at their alternate column, the 2+ made threes. Anyways, it's just kind of interesting. Maybe not that interesting to you, but I find it interesting. Because getting a little bit better odds, I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a big difference, but all that shit adds up long term. Yo, come on, man. How much are you going to give me on this? And then maybe, if we're lucky, oh, shit. So I wanted to lock in this underdog slip. So let's lock it in. And we got another underdog slip in. Okay, so this will be our second underdog slip. Again, you'll be able to see all the live stream plays just tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. But let me just add this in. So we have another underdog play. So actually a fair amount more value than I was expecting tonight at this time of the night. And does anyone want to look at any other books in particular before we head off to bed? Because tomorrow's going to be a big day. I mean, at some point, we got to start thinking about college basketball a little harder and start finding some plays. Oh, man, Alabama, UConn. But what did I want to say, man? Oh, fuck. I wanted to hit this bet on FanDuel. So, player threes. Dude, FanDuel just has so many lines up. It's actually like, when I first started sports betting, I thought FanDuel was fucking complicated as shit. It's just hard to navigate. So we want 3+ made threes, which is the exact same thing as over 2.5. And again, like all these sports books, it's kind of annoying, but they determine your maximum betting limit. like PrizePicks. Some books have better betting limits than others. Some books, limit aggressively. I don't know. Some of them are just complete shit. But anyways, we got Jaylen Brown, 3+ made threes, and this is plus 180. So if you use FanDuel, obviously all these books are located in different, states and stuff, which is what's weird kind of about the U.S. So we have Jaylen Brown, 3+ made threes at plus 180, and FanDuel gives me $111. So we'll take it. We will take it. And again, this is the benefit of having multiple books, is just FanDuel's giving plus 180. You don't want to play this on DraftKings at plus 150. It's a completely different bet. It's like being a trader and betting something or buying something at $100 versus $200. It's a completely different trade. And because the sports betting market's so fragmented, all these books setting their own lines, it's really useful and important to have multiple books, because sometimes FanDuel has a lot of value. Other times it's like PrizePicks or whatever. But anyways, we got 2 underdog slips locked in. So we can check kind of, there's other books too, like Jock Market, that I haven't logged into Jock Market in a while, so it's just not that popular. I just haven't talked about it a lot on these streams. But there's usually some decent value there. Boom Fantasy, nothing really. Better, nothing really. Pretty fucking dry. Underdog Fantasy, we got in a lot of plays already. PrizePicks, we got in a lot of the plays already. Some random esports shit, but we already got in the NBA plays we wanted to get in. FanDuel, got in some good stuff. Caesars, I'm not betting. I do think Purdue's going to win, but I'm not betting them minus 385 on the money line. It probably is the best odds. If you want to bet Purdue, it's probably the best price you'll ever be able to find, minus 385. Every other book has them minus 450, but, bro, I'm not betting on minus 385. That's crazy. At least not now. Low profit margin too. So, anyways, we got in a few slips on this stream. 1 PrizePick slip and 2 underdog slips, and then a few different FanDuel bets. They're all in the live stream, tracking sheet. But I'm pretty tired, man. So I'm going to call it a day for now. Just wanted to lock in some bets before I go to bed. So thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great